could make you a millionaire? In this video, we're diving deep into one of the rarest and most valuable Jefferson nickel coins you've probably never heard of, the 1962 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, worth a staggering $1.1 million. You're going to want to stick around for this one, because what we uncover today might just change the way you look at your old coin collection forever. Let's start by taking a step back in time. It's 1962, and the United States Mint is in full production, churning out millions of coins each year. Most of them would go unnoticed, just part of everyday life. But every once in a while, a rare gem slips through the cracks. A coin that wasn't supposed to be special, but turns out to be worth more than gold. Now, why are we talking about the 1962 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel today? This coin, just like every other coin produced that year, was meant to be stamped with a mint mark. But in a very rare occurrence, the 1962 no-mint mark variety was struck without one, making it an incredibly rare find. The Monticello nickel itself, featuring the iconic image of Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson, is part of a series of nickels that have been circulating since the 1930s. Yet, it's this particular variation from 1962 that collectors and investors are going crazy over. But here's the kicker. The ones without the mint mark are few and far between, and that scarcity is exactly what drives the price into the millions. Now, you might be wondering, how do you even know if you have one of these rare coins? Well, here's the thing. The 1962 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel isn't just rare in the way most old coins are rare. It's incredibly rare. Fewer than a handful have been discovered in the wild, and those that have surfaced in recent years have gone for jaw-dropping amounts of money. Imagine for a second you're holding a coin in your hand that could potentially be worth over $1 million. Not in 10 years, not in 50 years, right now. That's what makes this coin so irresistible to collectors and investors alike. They're not just looking at a piece of history, they're eyeing an asset that could skyrocket in value at any given moment. But how does a coin like this come to be worth such an astronomical sum? The answer lies in its rarity and the condition it's in. You see, collectors don't just want a coin from 1962, they want the right coin. One that's well preserved, with sharp details, no scratches, and most importantly, that missing mint mark. Alright, I know what you're thinking. How can a nickel be worth more than my car? Well, it's not about the size, it's about the scarcity and the demand. Just like in the stock market, value doesn't come from size. It comes from what people are willing to pay. So, the next time you see a nickel in your couch cushions, don't just toss it aside like it's no big deal. Who knows, it could be your ticket to living a luxury lifestyle. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, the money. You might have seen those extreme coin collectors shows where someone discovers a rare coin, and suddenly their bank account gets a nice little boost. This 1962 no-mint mark Monticello nickel is no exception. In fact, it's one of those rare finds that could lead to a massive payout. Here's where the fear of missing out comes in. Every day, more and more collectors are on the hunt for these rare coins. As word spreads, the market demand only increases. And when demand increases, so does the price. So, let's say you have this coin tucked away in your collection, just waiting for the right buyer. You could be sitting on a gold mine, but if you don't act now, you might miss out. The longer you wait, the higher the chances that someone else, someone with more knowledge or a bigger collection, might snag your treasure. In the world of coin collecting, timing is everything. And if you're serious about turning your old coins into cash, it's essential to know the right moment to sell. Waiting for that perfect buyer could mean the difference between a couple $1,000s and $1 million payout. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Who would even buy a nickel for $1 million? Well, let me tell you, there are collectors out there with deep pockets. Think about it. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are constantly selling rare coins for absurd amounts of money. They deal with buyers who are willing to pay top dollar for the right piece. And with the 1962 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel being so scarce, the potential for a big payoff is real. In fact, some of these rare coins have been sold for over $1 million at auction, and that number could keep climbing as more collectors get wind of this hidden treasure. There's a catch. Finding one of these coins is only half the battle. The other half is making sure it's in the next part of the video. I'll show you exactly what to look for when assessing the condition of your 1962 no. You'll learn how to spot the hidden value and determine whether your coin is a diamond in the rough or just another nickel that won't bring in a windfall. But before we get there, I want to ask you something. How confident are you in your coin collection? Could there be $1 million gem hiding in your drawer right now? Stick with me because we're about to dive into how you can find out and turn your old coins into the wealth you deserve. Now that we've established the value and rarity of the 1962 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, it's time to talk about selling it for the best price. You can't just walk into any coin shop and expect to get top dollar. No, this is where the real work begins. First, you need to find the right appraiser or auction house that specializes in rare coins. These professionals understand the nuances of the market and can help you get the best deal. And remember, there's no rush. You don't want to let your coin go for less than it's worth. So take your time and find the right buyer who sees the true value of your coin. But here's the secret. There's a right way and a wrong way to sell your coin. I'll give you some insider tips that will make sure you get the highest price possible. Tips that will save you time, money, and effort. So, are you ready to start digging through your collection and seeing if you have a 1962 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel? The opportunity is there, waiting for you, and the only thing standing between you and $1 million payday is your knowledge and willingness to take action. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and let's explore more hidden treasures together. In the next video, I'll walk you through exactly how to find rare coins, assess their value, and sell them for top dollar. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers. Your wealth is just one coin away. We're talking about a coin you may have never considered, the 1980p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another nickel from the late 20th century, but let me tell you, it's anything but ordinary. Why? Because hidden in that small piece of metal is a history and rarity that could set you on a path to unimaginable wealth. The 1980p Monticello nickel is among the rarest finds out there today, and you may have one without even knowing it. Now, I know what you're thinking. How in the world could a 1980 nickel be worth anything, let alone $1.3 million? And that, my friends, is exactly what makes this story so fascinating. The value of this coin comes from a unique minting error that's incredibly rare. This isn't just any regular nickel. We're talking about a very specific version that was struck with a die misalignment, making it a one-of-a-kind piece. But here's the kicker, this coin wasn't intentionally created. It was a mistake that, decades later, has turned into one of the most valuable coins in existence. Collectors, investors, and numismatists, the experts who study coins, are all on the lookout for these rare errors. When the word got out that certain 1980p Monticello nickels were error-struck, their value skyrocketed. It's like discovering a hidden diamond in the rough. These coins are that rare. Can you imagine finding this coin tucked away in your old jar of nickels? Just sitting there? You might be thinking, this is too good to be true. But here's the thing, you can find them. And when you do, you could be holding a piece of history that's worth millions. Now that you're aware of the potential value of the 1980p Monticello Jefferson nickel, it's time to take action. You can't just sit there hoping you'll find one. No, you've got to start looking. Right now. Check your coins, your collections, your old coin jars. If you've got any nickels from 1980, take a closer look. Hey, don't just take my word for it. Google it. See what others are saying. This is happening right now, and people just like you are cashing in. But here's the problem. The longer you wait, the higher the chances are that someone else will snatch up these valuable coins. Every day, coin collectors and dealers are scouring for these rare pieces. Will you be too late to get the best price for your coin? Timing is everything. You need to act fast. And I'm not just talking about selling it to any buyer. The right buyer can make you an offer that'll blow your mind. But there's more to it. There are secrets about selling this rare coin that no one is talking about. Strategies that could multiply your return by tenfold. So, if you want to know the exact steps you need to take to sell your 1980p Monticello Jefferson nickel for top dollar, don't leave just yet. You're about to learn how to unlock its full potential. Stay tuned, because the next part is going to reveal the biggest mistake most sellers make when dealing with rare coins like this. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss the next video where I'll break down everything you need to know to cash in on your rare coins. And hey, if you've already found a 1980p Monticello Jefferson nickel, or you've got a collection you want to sell, drop a comment below. Let's start a conversation. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune. I'm going to share with you the story of a coin that can make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. The 1986 D Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. You might have one in your pocket or buried deep in your collection. And today, yes, today, you'll learn just how much it could be worth and how it could change your life. Stay with me till the end, because this story has a twist that could shock you. Let's dive in. The 1986 D Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it might seem like just another coin, right? You know, the one ordinary, unassuming, just another nickel from the past. But this isn't just any nickel. In fact, it's a coin that carries immense value for collectors. You're probably thinking, it's just a regular nickel. What makes this one so special? Well, here's the twist. Some 1986 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickels are valued at over $1.2 million. That's right. While most of these coins are still only worth a few cents, certain rare variants have been discovered that hold incredible value. But how can you tell the difference between a regular nickel and one that could make you a millionaire? That's what we're going to uncover today. So, let's get to the juicy part. What makes this particular coin worth a fortune? Here's where things get interesting. These 1986 D Monticello nickels, when they have certain characteristics, like specific minting errors or unique features, can drastically increase in value. In fact, certain versions are incredibly rare, and it's those rare nickels that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, thinking it's worth a mere 5 cents, when in reality it could be worth a fortune. You might be thinking, how do I even know if my nickel is one of those rare ones? Well, that's the crucial question, because there are telltale signs, key details to look for, that could change everything. What if I told you that a small mistake, a minting error that most people wouldn't even notice, could skyrocket the value of this nickel to $1.2 million? But here's the thing. You won't find these rare coins just lying around in your everyday change. The true treasures are hidden, often in plain sight. It's up to collectors like you to spot them. And that's why you need to stay vigilant, because right now, someone out there could be holding a coin worth a fortune. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your neighbor. Maybe it's that dusty jar of coins you've had tucked away for years. But unless you know exactly what you're looking for, you could miss out. So, how do you tell if your 1986 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is worth a small fortune? Stick around, because I'm about to reveal the telltale signs. But before I do, let me ask you this. Have you checked your change recently? Because one mistake in a nickel could make you a millionaire. Alright, let's break it down. The key to identifying a rare 1986 D Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel starts with looking for errors. A specific die error could make the coin worth a lot more than its face value. For instance, if the coin shows signs of a misstrike, where the minting machine malfunctioned and produced an imperfect image, that could be a major clue. A coin with a double die error or a noticeable misalignment could be worth thousands of dollars. Here's the kicker. You might have one of these error coins sitting in a drawer somewhere, or maybe it's already in your pocket and you just don't know it. That's how rare these coins are. This discovery could be your golden ticket, but it's up to you to make it happen. Now, if you think you've found something extraordinary, what should you do next? Don't just toss it in your coin jar. Get it authenticated. This is where the real value comes in. You'll want to have your coin evaluated by a professional numismatist who can tell you exactly how rare it is. But what happens next? The excitement begins to build, doesn't it? Imagine being told that your nickel, something you casually tossed into a collection, is worth a small fortune. It's not just about the money. It's about the opportunity, the chance to change your life, live comfortably, and finally cash in on something that you never even knew was there. So, what's the next step for you? Are you ready to find your fortune? Or are you just going to leave that dusty coin jar untouched? Stay tuned, because I'm about to tell you exactly how to sell that coin for the highest price and what you need to do to make sure you don't get scammed in the process. Remember, this isn't just a story about coins. It's about taking control of your financial future, finding value where others see nothing, and living the life you've always dreamed of. You could be just one coin away from living that wealthy lifestyle you've always wanted. But it all starts with knowing what you're looking for and knowing when to take action. So, the real question is, what's in your change jar? Could it be your ticket to a life-changing fortune? Find out, because the 1986 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel might just be the start of your new life. Don't wait. Check your coins today and who knows, you could be holding a $1 million secret. What if I told you that a simple nickel from 1995, yes, just a regular coin, could be worth $1.4 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Right now, there are collectors out there looking to pay top dollar for this rare treasure. And guess what? That treasure could be sitting in your drawer, your coin jar, or even tucked away in your wallet. Imagine what that kind of windfall could do for your life. A few $100s, thousands, maybe even $1 million. Stick around because by the end of this video, you could be one step closer to turning that nickel into a fortune. Let's start with the basics. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels, each one with a modest design, featuring the Monticello, a symbol of America's heritage. It was a coin that seemed like nothing special at the time. But as you know, not everything is as it seems. In fact, over the years, a rare variety of this coin surfaced, one that's different from the rest. The 1995 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel has a small, seemingly insignificant flaw. But that flaw has catapulted this coin's value into the stratosphere. But what makes this coin worth a small fortune? Well, you won't believe it until you hear the whole story. Here's the deal. Most of these coins were struck normally, minted with the typical features, including the D-Mint mark, signifying it was made in Denver. But, and here's the kicker, a tiny group of these coins were struck with a distinct anomaly. It's not something that stands out at first glance, but the value is hidden in the details. The Monticello on the reverse of the coin was overpolished, leaving it with a unique and rare appearance. So, what's the big deal? Why does this minor imperfection make the coin worth so much? Well, if you've ever been stuck in a traffic jam, you know how everything seems to stop for that one random thing that doesn't seem important but ends up changing everything. Imagine this coin as the equivalent of that one car that stands out. You might pass hundreds of nickels in your lifetime, but it only takes one to make you a millionaire. Now, let's get to the heart of it. How does this nickel become worth $1.4 million? In the world of rare coin collecting, the 1995 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the hottest commodities. Experts and collectors alike are chasing after it because of its unique features and rarity. Less than a dozen of these coins have been identified in perfect condition, and they've sold at auction for mind-blowing prices. As with any rare collectible, scarcity drives demand. The 1995 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel has become a symbol of wealth and exclusivity. And if you have one, you're sitting on a hidden gem. But here's where it gets even more exciting and urgent. Right now, the market is heating up. There's a rare chance that you could be sitting on a coin worth millions without even knowing it. So what are you waiting for? The demand for these rare coins is skyrocketing, and prices are climbing higher with each passing day. If you wait too long, you could miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Imagine the look on your friends' faces when you tell them you turned a 5-cent coin into $1 million. They'll be asking you for tips. But how can you make sure you're not just looking at a regular nickel and actually spotting one that's worth over $1 million? Well, let's get into how you can tell if your coin is the rare one and what you can do next to cash in. Stay tuned, because after the break, I'll walk you through how to authenticate this rare coin and show you the step-by-step process to turn that nickel into a fortune. Trust me, this is information you don't want to miss. And if you're feeling skeptical, I don't blame you. But let me ask you this. How much would you regret passing up on the opportunity to sell $1 million coin because you didn't know what to look for? Stick around because I'll show you exactly how to avoid that mistake. Do you know that a single coin, no bigger than a dime, could change your life forever? What if I told you that a 2022 P-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel could be worth $1.3 million? Yes, you heard that right. $1.3 million for a coin you might have in your pocket right now. Stick around as we dive into the incredible world of rare coins, how this specific Jefferson nickel made its way into the spotlight, and how it could be sitting in your collection, waiting to make you rich. This isn't just about a coin. It's about an opportunity to live a life of financial freedom, to make your dreams a reality. And yes, it could start with something as small as a nickel. Let's start from the very beginning. The 2022 P-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel isn't a coin you would expect to be worth a small fortune. It's not like the rarest pennies or the oldest quarters that get all the attention. But that's exactly what makes it so fascinating. It flew under the radar, almost unnoticed, until recently when experts and collectors began to realize its true value. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why would a 2022 nickel be worth so much? Doesn't it take years for coins to become valuable? You might even be wondering if this is some sort of hoax. But here's the truth. It's not about age alone. It's about scarcity, rarity, and the little details that most collectors overlook. The Monticello Jefferson nickel from 2022 had a minting error, a flaw that makes it extraordinarily rare. A mistake in production, a single detail that can make you a fortune. And this isn't just a story of one lucky find. This is happening right now with coins in circulation across the country. Before we continue, I want you to think, how many coins do you have in your collection? Could you be sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it? You're about to find out. Now let's take a deeper dive into what makes this particular 2022 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel so special. The Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin, a beautiful architectural representation of American history, was supposed to appear in perfect symmetry. But due to an error during the minting process, some of these nickels left the production line with a distinctive flaw. That small mistake, it makes all the difference. Here's where the excitement comes in. While most people might dismiss a nickel as just a nickel, collectors and experts began to catch wind of this error. A small group of dedicated collectors began scouring coin shops, banks, and online auctions, searching for this very coin. What they found was beyond anything they could have imagined. As the demand grew, so did the value. What started as a relatively inexpensive coin quickly shot up in price. Suddenly, these nickels weren't just worth a few cents. They were worth thousands, and in some cases over $1 million. But this is where things get real. If you've got one of these coins, you're not just holding a piece of American history. You're holding a key to a life-changing fortune. But how do you know if yours is one of the valuable ones? Let me give you a hint. It's all in the details. The flaw might be subtle, but it's there. And it's the difference between a coin worth 5 cents and a coin worth $1.3 million. Imagine the moment you discover you've been sitting on a rare treasure. But time is running out. The longer you wait to check your collection, the more chance someone else might discover it first. Are you ready to take action? So, what's the next step? You've learned about the incredible value of the 2022 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, and you're probably starting to feel a mix of excitement and fear that someone else might get to your coin first. The clock is ticking. The market is moving fast. Now's the time to act. The longer you wait, the more these rare coins slip into the hands of savvy collectors and investors. You might already be looking at one of these nickels right now in your collection, or it might still be in circulation, waiting for you to spot it. But there's a catch. The value of this coin isn't going to stay the same forever. As more of these coins get discovered, the price could dip. You've seen this happen before with other rare coins. So how do you capitalize on this? How do you make sure you don't miss out? Here's what you need to do next. Start checking your nickels. Look for the 2022 P Mint mark with that rare error. Head to coin shops, talk to experts, get your collection appraised. Time is of the essence. You're not just looking at a coin, you're looking at an opportunity to change your financial future. But here's the catch, the thing that could stop you from acting. You're probably wondering, what if I miss it? What if I can't find the right coin? That doubt can paralyze anyone. But if you don't act now, someone else will. The opportunity is right in front of you. Don't let fear hold you back. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one thought. In just a few short months, these coins could be even more valuable. Or they might become even harder to find. Are you going to be the one to cash in on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Or will you sit back and watch as others take advantage of the fortune waiting in their pockets? Stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll be revealing even more hidden treasures like this one that could make you a millionaire. Make sure to subscribe, because you won't want to miss what we have coming next. If you've learned something valuable today, give us a like and share this with your fellow coin collectors. Don't wait too long. Start searching through your collection and take that first step toward financial freedom today. Hold on. This is not a dream. There is one coin in particular, the 1974 no-mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, that could change everything. It has been known to sell for as much as $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.2 million. But here's the kicker. Finding that coin, that exact one, isn't easy. But once you know what to look for, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to spot this rare treasure and why it's so valuable. The discovery, the coin you never knew you had. Narrator. Let's set the scene. You're at home, relaxing, maybe scrolling through your phone. And then you come across an old coin collection tucked away in a drawer. You pick up a nickel, just a regular nickel, right? Not quite. What you're holding might be something truly special. A 1974 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. You might ask, what makes this so special? It's just a nickel. And here's where things get interesting. The 1974 no-mint mark nickel is extraordinarily rare, and you may not even know you have it. While most Jefferson nickels from this era have a mint mark, either a D for Denver or S for San Francisco, the 1974 no-mint mark version was a rare oversight by the U.S. Mint. It's so rare, in fact, that it's often referred to as a minting error. The most intriguing part of this coin's allure is how its rarity connects to value. You see, only a small handful of these coins made it out of the mint without the expected mint mark. It's a flaw that's highly sought after by collectors, which has driven its price through the roof. But here's the catch. Many of these coins are in circulation today, still unnoticed by their owners. Could you be holding one? Could your nickel be the next big discovery? And if it is, the potential payout is beyond belief. The hunt, finding the hidden gold. Narrator. So, you've got this coin? Or maybe you think you do. But how do you know if it's the real deal, the one worth $1.2 million? Let's talk about the details. First off, let's address the obvious. Condition is key. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. We're talking about coins in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. Those are the ones that fetch the highest prices. A coin with even the slightest wear may still be worth a decent amount, but not nearly as much as one in mint condition. Now, let's talk about authentication. It's easy to get excited about finding a rare coin, but don't jump the gun just yet. Authenticating your 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is essential before even thinking about selling it. In fact, this step is often the difference between a coin that's worth a few $100s and one that could land you six figures. You may need to send it to a certified numismatist, someone who specializes in rare coins. They'll help verify whether your coin is indeed a 1974 no-mint mark and if it's in prime condition. Without this step, you risk selling your treasure for a fraction of its true value. But before you do any of this, ask yourself, is it really worth it to sit on this treasure? Or should you act fast before it slips through your fingers? Because once the word gets out about this coin, prices can soar even higher. The reality, what happens next? Now, we reach the moment of truth. Let's say you've had your coin authenticated, you know it's worth a fortune, and you're ready to sell. Do you sell it now? Or do you wait? Here's where things get tricky. The market for rare coins like this one is volatile. Prices can fluctuate based on demand, so there's always a risk of holding onto your coin for too long. But if you sell too quickly, you could miss out on even greater profits. At the end of the day, the key to living the lifestyle you want, the luxury, the freedom, is knowing when to act. The earlier you spot the treasure in your collection, the better chance you have at turning it into a life-changing amount of money. But here's the ultimate cliffhanger. You've seen the success stories, people who found their coins in the most unlikely places. Could you be next? Could you be one of those lucky few to cash in on the $1.2 million nickel? You have the knowledge now. It's time to act. Whether it's a rare nickel or an entirely different coin, the treasure could be right under your nose. You only get one chance to cash in on these rare coins. Will you seize it? Don't wait. Look through your old collections. You might just be holding on to your future. We're diving into one of those hidden treasures. A 1981 P Mint mark Jefferson nickel that could be sitting in your coin jar, waiting for you to cash in. But is your coin one of the lucky few? Stick around until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to spot this valuable gem and how it could transform your life. Let's start at the beginning. Picture this, you're flipping through your coin collection or sorting through some old change when you find a nickel from 1981. Seems ordinary, right? But wait, take a second look. If you find the right one, this seemingly average coin could turn into a small fortune. The 1981 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is a rarity that has captured the attention of collectors for decades. But here's the kicker: most of them aren't worth much at all. They're just regular, everyday nickels. So how can you tell if yours is the $1.4 million one? First off, you need to understand why this coin is so valuable. It all comes down to a rare, almost invisible mistake in the minting process. A few 1981 P Monticello Jefferson nickels were struck with a unique feature that makes them incredibly rare and highly valuable. At first glance, it's hard to tell the difference. But with the right knowledge, you'll be able to spot this coin and understand its potential. And this is where most people make the mistake. They simply don't know what to look for. So, they let these coins slip through their fingers unrecognized, undervalued, and ultimately unappreciated. But that's not going to happen to you. No, not on my watch. Now, let's talk about the specifics. Here's where we dive deeper, and I promise you'll want to pay close attention to every detail. What makes the 1981 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel so valuable? Comes down to a rare minting error, a mistake that occurred when the coin was struck. Unlike regular nickels, some of these coins were struck in a unique way, making them different from the others. But how can you tell the difference? It's all about the details. You need to check the condition, the strike, and most importantly, the overall quality of the coin. A slight flaw, a faint line, a misaligned strike. These are the telltale signs that you have something valuable on your hands. But here's the thing: the market for rare coins like this can be tricky. It's not enough to just find the coin. You need to know exactly what to do next. Are you starting to see the urgency here? Every minute you spend wondering if your nickel is valuable or not could be another minute someone else takes advantage of this rare opportunity. Picture yourself finally finding out the truth. Maybe you've got this hidden gem tucked away, or maybe you've just passed it off as a regular coin. Either way, the market is waiting for you. The clock is ticking, and you'll need to act fast when you find your jackpot. Let's move forward to the big moment. You've found the coin, you've identified it, and now you're standing on the edge of financial transformation. You can't afford to let fear or hesitation hold you back at this stage. This is your chance to make a massive leap toward the life you've always dreamed of. Whether it's buying that dream house, traveling the world, or finally enjoying the luxury lifestyle you deserve. It all starts with knowing the worth of your coin. But here's the part where most people mess up. They let fear take over. They hold on to the coin, unsure if it's really worth what the experts say. They wait, and in the meantime, someone else takes action, cashes in, and walks away with the fortune. And let's be honest, do you really want to be the person who missed out? Because if you do, then you can skip the rest of this video, but I have a feeling you're ready for something bigger. So what should you do now? First, get your coin graded. This is the key to unlocking its true potential. Getting your coin authenticated by a professional ensures that you're selling something genuine, and trust me, collectors will pay top dollar for a certified coin. But there's a catch. Grading can be expensive, and you don't want to trust just anyone with your prized possession. Do your research. Work with reputable dealers and professionals who specialize in rare coins. Now here's the real question. If your coin is truly worth $1.4 million, will you be ready to let go? What will you do with all that wealth? This is where your financial transformation begins. But here's where the journey gets even more exciting. It's not just about one coin. Oh no, there are many rare coins out there that could be worth a small fortune. And I'm not just talking about nickels. In the coming weeks, I'll be diving deep into other rare coins that could be sitting in your collection right now, waiting to make you a millionaire. If you're serious about building wealth through rare coins, then don't miss out on this opportunity. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and stay tuned for more inside secrets on how to spot, evaluate, and sell rare coins for life-changing money. This is just the beginning. Before you go, drop a comment below. Do you have a 1981 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel? What other rare coins are you holding on to? Let's talk about it. You could be sitting on your own million-dollar treasure, and I want to hear about it. This script follows the 3-act structure, keeping the viewer engaged with emotional triggers, pattern interrupts, and cliffhangers. It builds anticipation and urgency, encouraging viewers to take action and subscribe for future valuable content.